Oh, that looks good. But hello
and welcome to Greenlight Cinema, and this is Fargo Review.
I remember my job. It's to be a movie critic and film critic, movie. Right now, my main focus is on Fargo, and we are here to discuss Fargo Episode 7, Season 2. And thank you guys for being here with me during all this duration. I know, boy, we've been through it all since the beginning. January, I think, is where I first started these reviews. And then we went into quarantine, and now I'm glad. Oh, wait. Sorry. We're still in quarantine. This episode is mostly about that I recorded in my notes. It feels like this episode is a setup to everything that we just seen in the last episode, episode 6. And this is also a setup, this episode, for everything that's going to be building up towards episode 8, 9, and 10. So, let's get into this.
While on Fargo.
I'm not afraid of a war. Are you with me?
We're not gonna make the first move. These Kansas City mooks come at you shooting. Cut the goddamn nose off their face.
You're Indian, Cuba.
I didn't know that was happening.
I want to know what they're gonna do before they do it. Otherwise, you can down with the rest of them. Stick my goddamn son!
The kid said it should be family that pulls the trigger, which is true.
17.
Sure.
Go inside now, baby.
When they find you, darling, I'm gonna make you bleed.
There's something you better learn. Because I'll say to you, go out, do your job, and don't worry.
I love this fantastic scene right here that we get with Bear and the guy called Brooklyn. They just shoot up this place. It's fantastic. It's a really great, death scene.
Washing machines or cocaine.
And I'm assuming that's Kansas City that we see in the background. Kansas City, Missouri.
They need to know.
Now, was it necessary to show that scene? Probably not in this episode, but moving on. So, because I'm trying to cut this down and make it a little bit shorter. So we see the Gerhardts having a little funeral for Otto, and we see Simone, and I feel like she's kind of doing like a half-hearted throw. It's also a funeral day for Rye too, and when she throws Rye's belt buckle, the Gerhardt symbol in there, I just feel like it's I don't know, she's been a spy this whole entire time for Kansas City. And then, this is why I call the guy Brooklyn. We see Dodd and Brooklyn show up, and they tell Floyd they got ups and downs. And, Simone, she wants to stay around and listen because she's a grown-up, she's grown and not a spy. But yeah, so she listens in, and then they talk about Dodd. And I think that scene's very interesting because it looks like Jean Smart really smacked. I'm not sure what Simone, the actor's name is, but she looks surprised by that. She was like, whoa. She looks like she's completely caught off guard by the slap.
Wait, wait.
I don't like funerals.
Nobody likes funerals. I want to thank you boys for coming out from Buffalo.
Okay, so it's Buffalo, but I call him Brooklyn.
Forget about it.
Nothing from Hansi?
Nothing. 2 days.
What about my dad?
Gonna need a third hole is my feeling.
Have some respect. My lion didn't raise that boy to be killed by small-town muscle.
Thought that about right. And there's nothing left but clothes.
They're just men. What are you saying?
I said, it's not like my dad's the shark in that movie. We're gonna need a bigger boat. He shits and sleeps.
I swear I thought your father was the problem. His nature and towards women.
Oh, that was crazy.
It's two of the same.
Moving on.
Like porcupines are half crazy, always looking for a fight.
And I believe I said in my last review that they're two of the same.
Deserves
Her
to
and
die.
Dodd. When we see Ben and Lou, they're ready to get Floyd, and it's the most bizarre scene ever, you know, in some aspects. Because, you know, as we talked about before on the show, it feels like that, you know, Floyd, that she's grown up around, or she's seen Ben grow up, she's familiar with his mom and his family, and so he looks like he's a little hesitant as he shuts her door. But then we get this little funny scene here with Bear and Lou.
Oh, Jesus. Join the monastery.
I just bet.
And here's the first series of phone calls about Dodd that Bear intentionally ignores. The scene is very important. I put it in my notes. I call this the ND, the North Dakota chief of police. Now, he said something very interesting. He mentions that his daddy or father got some about being like he got to be a deputy or police during Prohibition times or whatever, so that pretty much propelled his career. I just thought that was a little neat little side note I want to add to this. Kansas City, for this little history video I've seen on YouTube, from what if I'm not mistaken, it started about like 1912 with two Italian brothers, and it was during Prohibition actually that Kansas City started to get kind of big. So I wonder if this isn't some type of like little bit of allude to season 4, which also is a little thing about this in this episode as you'll keep watching, as you keep tuning in. Also, I want to mention not only that too, I like how Ben takes a stand here. He says, you know, we're here about this because we're officially tired of playing cleanup. And I'm not trying to point out continuity errors, but if I'm not mistaken, isn't this the same police station that we had that standoff in the last episode? Because that took place in Laverne, Minnesota, and this police station looks identical or exactly alike, and it's in Fargo, North Dakota. But I'm not going to get hung up on that, you know, it's just little formalities or whatever that I've just noticed. But anyway, so the North Dakota chief's like, all right, we'll talk to Floyd. I want to know why she's in my interview room. And you guys go talk to the out-of-towners, meaning Kansas City.
Tell me one more time, why is Floyd Gerhardt sitting in my interview room?
Sir, Trooper Solverson and myself, we're tired of playing cleanup. Officially.
Thought we'd apply some pressure to both sides. Let them know all this killing isn't going unnoticed. What about this butcher? We got an APB out on both Blomquists, Ed and Peggy. So far, nothing.
Could be on the run. Could be dead. Should have checked on that girl.
Elliot Ness himself deputized my daddy ATF during Prohibition. Used to tell stories of Tommy gun bloodbaths and heads rolling in the road. Never thought I'd see it in my lifetime, but here we are. This thing's just plumb out of control. What do you think?
I think I want to live in a world where people leave the front door unlocked.
Yeah. Probably we're just wasting our breath. Okay. You two go see the out-of-towners. Give the old broad to us.
He's like, I need to go take a dump. I don't want to go do this. But they go talk to Floyd anyway.
Now I'm standing here with blood on my socks.
Pro Hotel. And Mike Milligan, he's now on the phone with the boss. That's all we're given for that character's name, his boss's name. And he's like, I'm not liking the work here, you know. This Gerhardt thing should have been done. And he's like, I'm sending the Undertaker. Got 2 days. Now, I don't know if that's an ultimatum or if he's just saying, you've got 2 more days and I'm sending the Undertaker.
You got 2 days. Then I'm sending the Undertaker. Yes, sir.
Anyway, so now we get Simone, who's definitely shouldn't be there, is at the Pro Hotel.
You son of a bitch. You son of a...
Problem. She starts getting into it with him.
You were supposed to kill my dad, not the old cripple.
What's the difference?
And he gives her that philosophical way of talking.
Es une révolte? Non, sir. C'est une révolution. The Duke of La Rochefoucauld.
Are we gonna talk? Or are you just gonna quote the thesaurus at me?
I mean, if the goal is to kill those who oppress you, what does it matter who goes first?
Because I said...
Then she screams. Cut to Lou busts open a door with Ben. We get Lou knocking out Gail Kitchen. And at first I thought he like knocked him out cold, but he doesn't.
Wow.
You okay there, miss?
I am now.
Walk her out, huh?
Ooh, that was a lot of things that happened right there. So now Lou gives instructions to Ben. He said, hey, go walk her out. And he's like, what about you? He's like, well, I'm not saying don't come back. I thought that was funny. And
What about you? I'm not saying don't come back.
so they had this little elevator scene, him and Simone, and he's like, oh, I've seen you and you don't need to be here. And she's like, oh, really? You seen me? And she tries to trick him. Of course he's stupid, gets kicked in the nuts.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Oh.
If I'm going to the nurse, I'm going. But I'm done lying down from then.
Oh. Oh.
She's not expecting this. Simone's greeted out there with Bear in Brooklyn, or Buffalo, because that's apparently his correct place of origin. And so her and Bear have a little ride out together.
Not safe around here. For us.
Yeah? Wow. No one tells me nothing. But I can escort you to other places. Thanks for the,
Come on, I'll give you a ride.
Yee. Alright, so moving forward, going back to going back inside the Pearl Hotel, Ben, he sees Lou, and Lou's getting this another one of these philosophical speeches and conversation. But then Lou gives in, of course, his knowledge of things, which I always love to hear Lou talk about things. And I like the whole little setup here. You know, I own 2 pairs of shoes.
Are you familiar with the phrase manifest destiny?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I own 2 pairs of shoes. A summer pair and one for winter. We're not meant to have more than we can handle. That's what I mean. So this need for conquest, you know. Trying to own things that aren't meant to be owned.
Like people?
That's an example. But also places. Believing we can tame things. That's a problem, right? Not a solution.
You're saying capitalism is a problem?
No. Greed. Making this thing all or nothing.
I love all what Lou's saying right here. Kind of actually, I like what both of them are saying. I don't disagree with either or, almost, in a way. And I think we as the audience are supposed to be like that for this scene. And also get a little, of course, Mike being philosophical like he is, another little story, you know. Sometimes things are just so plain in front of your face to answer. You know, you're looking too hard. I like it.
Sometimes there's a man.
Not only is there a man with this analogy, but there is actually an Easter egg coming. I wrote here in my notes, and I wanted you guys to see a little prediction here that I made. Mike says, echoes something that we see in the trailer to season 4 about the future and the past.
Sometimes the answer is so obvious, you can't see it because you're looking too hard. See, we can't leave because we're the future. And they're the past. The past can no more become the future than the future can become the past.
Italians, they're the past. We're the future. They just don't know it yet.
Now, why was that significant, you may be wondering? Well, because I'm not sure where I read this at or somewhere online. Chris Rock's character in season 4 is supposed to be Mike Milligan's father. And even in the trailer, I didn't have it on this, but you can look it up on the trailer on YouTube, that he's with like a little kid. This is believed to be Mike Milligan as a little kid. Alright, that was the end of part 1, because YouTube don't let me do a whole full video. I guess too much footage, too much talking, I don't know what it is. But I hope you guys did enjoy this. I'm going to be doing part 2 very soon. Like I said, 7's it's very interesting. It's very long. It's 54 minutes. And it's kind of a jumping off point and a starting off point. It's like, alright, here's where that we left episode 6. And here's where episode 8 is going to go into. And you'll hear me discuss a little bit more about that, and you'll hear what I know. You'll hear what you'll understand what I'm talking about in my next video, as I break that down. Because they bring up events that it hasn't even happened yet. But like I said, you'll see what I'm talking about. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel, Greenlight Cinema. I really would appreciate it. I love making these videos, and you know, hey, I don't really have much to do right now, and kind of miss my kids. Hope you guys have a happy Easter. Bye. Maidens, Virginia.